Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the free daily coaching call. Bert Bledsoe here with you this morning, and I want to say good morning and welcome to everyone. It looks like there's a few people that are just popping on still, so we'll allow people to get settled, get your cup of coffee, get everything organized for what you got going on this morning. I want to say welcome to the people that are watching via YouTube, or maybe you're watching on the Google Plus stream, and maybe you're watching this as a recording. And if that's the case and you're watching this as a recording, we want to welcome you as well and remind you that you're welcome to visit www.freedailycoaching.com, and by doing so, you'll really be able to come in and participate live. And that just gives you the opportunity to participate in any questions and answer that we have going on. You can also, if there's a poll going on, you can also see that. And you can participate in the live Q&A. And that's really the main advantage, as well as chatting with everyone. Maybe just hit a refresh if something's going on. Can everyone see and hear me? Let me know over in the chat that you can see and hear me. I see everyone saying good morning and hello. Let me know that you can see and hear me, please. So I'll let this just get a catch up really quick, and then morning everyone. I see everyone over there on the chat is going crazy. Good morning, good morning. Can you guys see and hear me? Just let me know. I know there's a little bit of a delay, so. Good morning, good morning. All right, awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you. Yes, awesome. All right, good morning, everyone. Thank you for letting me know. Let me look at who is here and say good morning and welcome to everyone. I see Phil out there, so good morning to you, Phil. Karen, how are you? Nancy's here, and Linda. Vicky, good morning to you. Christina and Val. Brian, what's up, buddy? Jack is here. Tom out in Burbank. What's going on, Tom? Mr. Bob Miller, thank you so very much, Bob. I want to say a special thank you to you. What a wonderful video. If you send me the raw footage, Bob, I would love to use that video on my website, if I could have your permission. Bob did a testimonial video, and just what an incredible video, so thank you very much. Mrs. Mupo is here this morning. I don't know if it's Kevin and Pauline, or it might just be Pauline, or it could be just Kevin, but Kevin and Pauline are here, so good morning, Kevin and Pauline. Pretty excited. Talked to Kevin and Pauline, what was it, last Tuesday? Or was it Monday? I can't remember the days. And I got an opportunity to talk to Pauline for a few minutes about an idea coming up that I think is going to be pretty exciting. For those of you that will be going to Live the Dream, Kevin and Pauline are going to maybe be doing some fun stuff around that weekend. So just a FYI on that. Who else is here? Mr. Clive Jeffrey is here this morning. Good morning, Clive. And if you're just popping on or you're just watching right now, we're going to get to the mindset, to the Monday Mindset call in just a minute. We're just saying hello to everyone. Let everyone for the first 4 or 5 minutes get situated, get to where they need to be. Some people are just getting to their office and they're watching from work. Some people are just popping in from doing chores. Some people are just getting the kids off to school, and some of us that are working from our home office are just getting their coffee, getting settled down. Maybe they're coming from another call, or maybe this is the first call or hangout that they're doing for the morning. So we just like to get everyone welcomed, or I do anyways, and get everyone situated before we get started. So let me go over. It looks like awesome stuff. Awesome. It looks like everyone is pretty pumped up over in the chat. So let's get started. Let me make sure we have the Q&A open. So if you have any questions and answers, you can go ahead and do that. We have the chat open. And and I want to get us going. So, sorry about that. I know there's a little delay. I open the Q&A. Questions and answers are open. Let me see. That's going. Chat. All right. So, what do we want to talk about this morning? Well, I wanted to talk about something that it's kind of going back to something that we had discussed before, and maybe you were here and maybe you weren't. So we talked specifically about a growth mindset, and we had a call just on growth mindset and this growth mindset versus this stagnant mindset. And I can't remember the exact terminology that we used that day, but this idea that we should have a mindset of abundance. It's that same type of mindset. And in this growth mindset, it's this idea that we're going to grow and become. We're going to be continually learning and becoming, and in a fixed mindset, and I believe that's what we called it. And that fixed mindset is like we're just going in a linear path, and things are the way they are, and that's just the way it is. In a growth mindset, there's ability to learn and grow and develop. And I wanted to talk about some different phases, if you will, of that growth mindset, and some things that sometimes can hold us back in growing and developing because of the fixed mindsets that we have in place, because of these ideas that we've already got, these paradigms that are locked in. In some cases, we're not able to pull through that growth mindset. So how can we do that? How can we get into that growth mindset and develop and grow and really make forward progress? Well, one of the ways that has worked for me, a method that has worked for me, something to be able to, that I could share directly with you guys, is some ways of thinking of this growth mindset and this fixed mindset, and how can we tell if we're stuck in one place and we know that we're not moving? How can we identify that? And so today I want to talk about just a few, and probably just a couple, probably just two. One of the key identifiers that we're stuck in this fixed mindset, that we're going to not be developing, that we're not willing to grow, is when we say something like, "Oh, I already know that." Right? I already know what I'm doing. I already know all about fill in the blank. And when we do that, when we have that initial statement, and especially when we verbalize it, "Oh yeah, I already know that. I already know all about XYZ." When we do that, instantaneously, we have locked ourselves into a fixed mindset. Why? Well, when we say statements like, "I already know that," we then shut the door mentally to allowing new information in, because we already know. So if you already know, and this is something that I've just been experimenting with in my own world, and especially in some of the writings that I've been doing, but I've been trying to get rid of the word know, as in KNOW, or part of knowledge, and this is the reason why. It's still saying no. Although it has a different meaning, and although it's spelled a different way, and what it represents is a totally different idea, we're still saying the word that most of us have grown up and been accustomed to being something that's associated with a negative. And so I've been trying to get away from that word in general. However, in this case, this is a great example of how we can see one of the examples of something that keeps us in this fixed mindset and does not allow us to move into growth is, "Oh, I already know this," or "I already know that." So let's talk about number 2. Now, these guys can be, let's say that right now you're in this fixed mindset and you have that statement, right? Oh, I already know that, okay? What if you could, this is another one, okay? So what if you could take that and another statement and start identifying those and saying, okay, when I'm using these statements, I'm fixing myself in. I'm not positioning myself to grow, right? And identify that, and by knowing that, saying, okay, now I can take different actions, and we can all make a choice to take different actions to get a different response. So if that first hang up was I already know what I'm doing, the second one is, well, this doesn't make sense. Okay? Well, this doesn't make sense, or I don't understand this, right? Any form, any version of that. This doesn't make sense. I don't understand this. It's too complicated. All of those variations are a variation on that second hang up, that second challenge. Okay, so now we've discussed these 2 challenges and identified, hey, these are 2 challenges that can be precursors, right? Precursors. Hey, I already know this, right? That's a fixed mindset. Or, oh, this is just too complicated. I just don't understand it. What does that lead to? Those are both precursors to step 3 in that cycle, which is what? You know what? I just want to quit. I'm just going to give up. I'm out. I'm done. I can't do this. So far, before we start going on to the other part of this, before we get into the solution part and how we can move out of this fixed mindset and go into a growth mindset, does this make sense? Is this resonating? Has anyone said these things? Tell me over in the chat. You can respond over in the Q&A if you have Q&A, or if you have a question, or you can respond over there as well. But let me know in the chat, does this make sense? Has anyone here this morning, and if you don't want to do it in the chat, you can always put it in the Q&A, and I won't say your name, but has anyone said that? Has anyone had that voice in your head that says, oh, well, I already know all about that. I already know. I don't need to listen to this. I don't need to go to that thing. I don't need to do this. I already know what I'm doing. Or have you said, well, this is just too complicated. This doesn't make sense. It's going to take too long. Have you said those things that have set you back? Have you said those types of things that now looking were the precursors to, you know what? I just want to give up. I just want to quit, right? I really just want to be done. So does that make sense? Yes, I've had it. Makes sense. Makes sense. Yes. Awesome. 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 Okay. So how do we go? What's the upside of this, right? What's the part that that you require to move forward now, right? Because when we get to that place where we want to give up, we have to remember, like, hey, I don't want to give up, right? I do not want to give up because I'm doing this for a specific reason. So on the upside, on the upswing is this. The very first thing that we should be talking about is, hey, I'm starting to learn this. Hey, I can learn this, right? How do we do that? How do we then be able to go from this is too technical, this doesn't make sense, I'm not sure if I can do this. How do we get from there over to, hey, I can do this. Hey, I can learn about this. Hey, I can start implementing this. How do we get from there from one side to the other? Right? Imagine if we're going down to this valley, and down on the very bottom of the valley floor, right? on the bottom of this floor is that place where it's like, man, I want to quit. I just want to give up. But if we don't give up, and this is the key, this is the key to the growth mindset, and we continue to learn, and we continue learning. As we continue learning, we can now start to add new things into our world, like, hey, I'm learning this. I'm starting to pick this up. I'm starting to understand this. Hey, I can start to apply this in my business. Now, instead of having, this is too hard, these are challenges that I'm not sure if I can overcome, and all of these negative fixed mindset, now in our inner voice, we're starting to tell ourselves, hey, I'm starting to do this. Hey, I can catch on. Hey, how can I do more? How can I learn more? Hey, guess what? Now I could show other people how to do this. Now all of a sudden, you went from this idea of, hey, I already know this. Hey, I can't. It's too hard. I just want to give up. To, hey, I can do this. I can start learning this, right? I can start learning this. And then, hey, look, I can teach. What action steps must I take right now? Well, Bob, you've already taken most of the action steps that you can take up to right now. The next action step is go teach what you've learned. You see, Bob, you're doing some amazing things right now. I don't know if that was I don't know if that was a question, Bob, or if it was a rhetorical question. But the action steps, right now you're taking the action steps. How do I know? Because you're getting the results. Now the next step in that progression for you, Mr. Miller, is to go and show other people what you've learned. You've learned something, you've learned it, and now you can teach it. Now you go and do it again and show someone else what you've done. Go teach someone else what you've been able to do. And that's where it becomes powerful. That's where you become this person over on this other side, and now you're growing. Now you're teaching. Now you're learning how to learn, and part of learning isn't just to learn it to absorb it for yourself. Unless it's something, let me give you an example. If you're just learning how to go and fix the water pump on your car because you have an older version of car and you can go and change it yourself, and that's the only reason you don't have kids, you're never going to show anyone to do it, that's one type of learning, okay? But the type of learning that I'm talking about, the type of learning that we're talking about in growth mindset, is the type of learning to develop you. You as a person, you as a leader, you as a home business owner, as a small business owner, as an entrepreneur, you as an individual can grow. And how can you develop even more? How can that become really a part of the core of your business? And how can you keep on growing with this growth mindset? Well, one of the action steps is the things that you're learning, share them right away. Create that network of people that you have that you can go and share with, that you can communicate with, that you've built relationships with, that you can provide value. And Bob, you've learned some amazing things. You've accomplished some amazing things. I'm super proud of you. I'm super excited to see what you've done and the example that you're providing. So now go out and show some more people, Bob, not just how to join your company and be successful in that endeavor, because that's amazing. But in addition to that, show them how you were able to build your business, how you were able to create some successful funnels to capture the audience that you required so that you could get the results that you desired, right? Show other people how to do that, Bob, and you will have unlocked the next piece, right? You really, really, really have. So that, my friends, is moving from that fixed mindset into the growth mindset. We talked in the beginning about some of the precursors that we see to the ideas, the idea that we want to quit. When we say we're done, I want to quit, this is it, I'm done. We saw some of these ideas. I gave specific examples of maybe sentences, maybe phrases that you've heard yourself say. Maybe you've heard others say them, and that's led to the things that that come after that, and we talked about what comes after that. That thought of I want to quit, I want to be done. On the other side of that, if we're going to be in a growth mindset, we're thinking about learning and continuing to develop ourselves. Continually taking action. Bob asked the question, what actions can we take for right away, immediately? Well, what have you learned and what can you share? Why not go out and share what it is that you've learned that's allowed you to overcome whatever challenges you may have had? Because there's other people that are having those same challenges. That is indeed a reality. There's other people out there just like you, just like Vicky, just like Karen, just like you, Bob, just like Nancy and Felicia and Brian, right? Just like Linda and Christina and Val and Jack and Tom and John. Every single one of you, Kevin and Pauline. And when I say there's people like you, that doesn't mean that they are you. There's people that are like you, that are going to be attracted to you, that are going to be drawn to you, okay? Your audience is out there and they're waiting for you. But if you keep on saying, well, I already know, Bert, I know, they're waiting for me, I'm just going to go show up. If you keep on saying to every training, well, I already know this, well, maybe that's true. But if you already know it, then why aren't you doing it? Why aren't you getting a result? Why aren't you taking the action? And for those that are taking the actions, amazing, awesome. Keep on going. Keep on taking those actions. Some of you know that some of these actions we take are passive, so the result doesn't come back right away. However, when we're moving, as we move, as we learn, as we increase our learning, we increase our abilities to succeed. As we increase our learning, our mindset, our growth, our development increases as well. If we continue, if we continue to learn and develop and then teach and then show, other people what it is that we're doing. That's where the magic part happens. It's not just in the learning and applying. That's awesome, guys. That gets you this much results, okay? So if you want this much results and that's what you're happy with, you can get amazing results. Now imagine this. Imagine when you start sharing what it is that you've learned, the successes that you've had with other people, and they start to be able to use those to have success as well. That's the magic. That's when it gets really exciting, because that's when you know that you're touching other people's lives. You're making a difference in the world. It's an amazing, amazing experience, and I want every single one of you absolutely to experience that. So the question you need to ask yourself is, do you want to be in a growth mindset, or do you want to stay in a fixed mindset? And if you want to be in a growth mindset, then you want to learn, then you want to develop, then you want to keep on learning, keep on training, keep on moving forward, and then teaching the people about you, the people that are around you, the people that are following you. And if you don't have people following you yet, if you don't have people around you yet, don't worry, that's coming. Well, that's a whole nother video, right? That's another training. You can come here to freedailycoaching.com every single morning, and that training, those types of trainings are on Wednesdays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. We do tech tips on Tuesdays, and Wednesdays we do words. And words is the words that you need to speak to go out and be attractive, right? To be able to go out and communicate with other people, build relationships with other people so that you can build that list, so that you can build a following. I want to say thank you, guys. Thanks for letting me rumble for a few minutes there at the end. I want to thank each and every single person that's here this morning for taking a few moments out of your day to start your day with me. Maybe you're watching the replay or on the Google Plus feed. If that's the case, I want to thank you for taking some time out of your day and spending it with us here at the freedailycoaching.com call. For those of you that are here, for those that have been here, that have been participating at Free Daily Coaching, for those that have been hanging around, I'm really excited for, I know there's a few of you, I know Felicia and Bob, and who else do I know for sure? Lisa and Bob and Christina and myself, and Who else is over here? I'm just looking for people here that are here this morning are going to be doing this Guru Code with Diane Hockman, guys. So super excited. If you're on my email list, I sent out an email this morning. I'm going to send out another one later. There's some exciting stuff going on. I'm going to, guys, there's nothing that I have for you guys specifically this afternoon, but what I am going to do is send you to a webinar for tomorrow afternoon. So tomorrow afternoon, 3 p.m. Eastern, if you want to come hang out, and it's a place where I hang out with Diane Hockman. It's a webinar that she does every single Tuesday, the Ultimate Freedom webinar. So if you want to come hang out, I'll send you guys over there to come hang out. Otherwise, be checking for some emails. If you're not on my email list, get a hold of me somehow today, and I'll get you the info. But for those of us that are doing the Guru Code, there's a special pre-call tonight, and we're going to get the details in just a little bit, so super excited about that, and super excited to share with you guys. Awesome, Clive is in, Guru Code, I guess Nancy's doing it with us too. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I just want to be able to present this to you guys and show it to you and what we're doing, and then invite you over to the Tuesday webinar and hang out. Because, guys, this Tuesday webinar is where I learned about Diane. This is where I learned some moves that really started to change my business. And when I started doing that, I realized, hey, these are some real results. Okay, I'm getting real tangible results, and this resonates with me. And I just want to show, for those of you that are interested, I just want to show you guys what it is we do, right? And so for those that want to come over tomorrow at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, hang out, get some cool marketing tips, see some stuff that you can start implementing, and it's free. And if you hear a little bit about the Guru Code, awesome. Get on my email list if you're not already. Most of you guys are. I'll have some more updates and some bonuses and stuff coming out today. And side note, for all those that are in on the goat videos, I'm not trying to bog you down. We actually got some new goats this weekend, and we're going to do like this whole Goat-a-Palooza with pictures and everything, but these 2 new goats, they didn't really work out in our flock, and so like while they're like commingled, while some are leaving the flock and some are coming in, they have to, and so those ones didn't really work for us. So this morning we actually have an opportunity to add some new goats, and there are going to be some baby goats too, possibly. So I want you guys to all know that I haven't forgot about you or the goat videos. Okay, so don't want you guys to think that you're out. You're not. You're all in on the goats and on the videos. We are about 2 minutes before the top of the hour, so we have plenty of time for those of you that are jumping on over to the My Lead System Pro morning wake-up call. Go ahead and jump on over. You have plenty of time. For those that aren't in My Lead System Pro, aren't doing the Guru Code, don't know what I'm talking about, and want to find out, get with the person who invited you to here to freedailycoaching.com. If it was me, just reach out to me on Facebook, text, give me a phone call, email me. If it was someone else, get a hold of them. And if you don't know how to get a hold of them and they invited you here, get a hold of me and tell me, and I'll plug you in with that person. I'll get you connected with whoever invited you here. Maybe they're not here this morning. Who knows? So if that's the case, just reach out to someone that you know that's here, and we'll get you guys plugged in. I want to thank you all for being here. Have an amazing day, and we'll see you tomorrow at freedailycoaching.com.